Machinist mains, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you. I can destroy something when it isn't even working in the beginning. Oh my god, there you have it. It's like, hey, this class is already non-functional. You might as well cuck it some more.
Tricks in.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the battle system. Let's go over this and let's see what they did. Here we go. Here it goes. Actions and traits have been adjusted as follows. Each action and trait is listed as it appears at level 90. Tank roll actions. Provoke enmity generated has been increased. I like that change. I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. I wouldn't debate that even if I was a tank player, to be honest. And I feel like provoke should be where you get aggro. So making it increase the enmity from that is a good change, I think. I think that's good. Let's see Paladin. Holy Spirit. Potency has been increased from 270 to 280. Requiesca potency has been increased from 540 to 560. Okay, so got some Paladin buffs, I see. Potency has been increased from 420 to 460. Potency has been increased from 500 to 540. Okay, so they literally just buffed Paladin by like a little bit extra potency. Oh god, Maim. Potency has been increased from 130 to 150. Combo has been increased to... They're literally just buffing tanks right now. Holy shit. Storm's Eye. Increased potency from 120 to 130. Would you look at that? Combo potency has been increased from 400 to 410. Storm's Eye. Potency has been increased from 120 to 130. Combo potency has been increased from 400 to 410. Just like a little bit of extra buffs on the combos. The Victor's Eye will now be applied more quickly. Shake it off. Ooh, okay, that's pretty good. The effect of this action will now be applied more quickly. So when you press shake it off and you give everybody a barrier, it's going to be applied a lot faster. I mean, I don't think there's anything bad about this change. I think that's solid. So, I mean, nothing controversial so far. I feel like everything here is good. Let's check Dark Knight. Potency has been increased from 150 to 240. Living Shadow, effect duration. Oh my god. Look at these changes for Living Shadow. Effect duration has been increased from 24 to 20 seconds. The similar crumb will now always attack the first target the player attacks after it is summoned. Okay, that's pretty good. Will no longer attack with quietus. Ah. Ooh. Similar Shadowbringer potency has been increased from 450 to 500. Potency of all similar comes to actions other than Shadowbringer have been increased from 300 to 350. Okay. I mean, the potency has been increased. It no longer uses quietus as the action, but it did get buffed. So I guess that's a compensation for the Simulacrum not being able to use quietus. I mean, sure. Okay, Gunbreaker. Oh, this is my job right here. This is my tank. Like if I had a tank, it's Gunbreaker. Brutal Shell has been increased potency from 120 to 130. Comp potency has been increased from 260 to 70. It's pretty good. Potency has been increased from 120 to 140. Yeah, I feel like the Dark Knight changes are like, I mean, it's nothing crazy, right? I feel like they're just like some potency changes. I don't think it's like crazy. I mean, it's like whatever, cool, I guess, kind of thing. Like, yeah, more damage on AoE and more potency on your Living Shadow thing. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Oh, let's see here. Combo potency has been increased from 260 to 270. Potency has been increased from 120 to 140. Combo increased from 340 to 360 for solid barrel. Jugular Rip has been increased from... More range on your jugular. Range has been increased from 3 yalms to 5 yalms. I get why they're doing this. Whenever you try to move the boss, you can like basically have max melee a little bit more and use those abilities safely and have the increased range. Exactly. Now it's only for those 3. Right? So that's your continuation, right? Because that was like, if you really think about it, that was like Gunbreaker's problem. Is that whenever they do that shit, they have to like move in, out kind of thing. And it's like really awkward when you have to move the boss and do these OGCGs. So I think this is a very good change for a Gunbreaker. I'm actually really happy about this. I like this change. I think that's good. I think that's going to benefit Gunbreaker players a lot. I think Gunbreaker players are very happy right now because this was a common complaint. Is that the common complaint was, why should I play Gunbreaker when I have all this weaving to do and fuck up my positioning when I can just play Warrior and move the boss? And so I think this is good because it's Gunbreaker's. I'm gonna be real. Gunbreaker's the most fun tank in the whole fucking game. Like no shot, it is. Gunbreaker's cracked. It's fun. I like it. And Thancred's my boy, so I'm happy about this. It's useful in AoE dungeons. Abyssal Drain is the AoE. Yeah. It's the big heal one. So I guess, yeah, it's like when it comes to raids, it's like, eh. Yeah, like it's not gonna really help you on Savage raids unless there's like ads and stuff, I guess. But I don't know. Okay, Fated Circle. This is the AoE for Gunbreaker that does the damage. That uses the gauge. So potency has been increased from 290 to 300. So more AoE. More AoE damage is nice. I like it. Recast armor has been increased from 90 to... Ooh. It lines up now with your buff window. It lines up with buff windows now. You know what? Does this mean... Oh my god. Does this mean they made Bunshin 120 seconds? If they did this with an ability that's like this... What about ley lines? I wonder if they made ley lines 120. I hope they don't make everything 120 though. I kind of don't want them to touch Bunshin because that would heavily change the rotation. Okay, let's keep reading. I want to see what they did to Ninja. Range has been increased from 3 yams to 5 yams. Okay, so there you go. Hypervelocity. Blasting Zone. Potency has been changed from 7. Okay, increased damage. Double down. Reduction of potency after the first target has been changed from 20% to 15%. Oh, okay. Dragoon. This action will no longer be replaced by Mirage Dive while under the effect of Dive Ready. Following this change, Mirage Dive must now be set to a hotbar. But you literally just reverted that. It was like that before. The recast time, the timer of jump and high jump longer affects the execution of Mirage Dive. They literally just reverted it, didn't they? Separate ability, yeah. Wait, what is the point of this? It was a separate ability before, and then they made it not a separate ability because you can only execute it after jump anyway. And so now they reverted it. I mean, okay, sure. I mean, I guess. I mean, why not? I mean, I don't mind. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't care. Because I used the Mirage Dive on my G key. And I like this change. I don't know why they're reverting it, though. Like, what's the purpose of this? High jump. This action will no longer be replaced by Mirage Dive under the effect of Dive Ready. Mirage Dive must now be set to hotbar, yeah. Okay, I mean, whatever, I guess. Tenkagoken. Imagine here it said, Kaiten is back. Welcome back, Kaiten. That'd be samurai players would be celebrating at that point. Tenkagoken, potency has been increased from 280 to 300. Kyuten, potency has been increased from 100. Okay, so that's a nice buff. Guren, reduction in potency after the first target has been changed from 50% to 25%. Oh shit. Yeah, it seems like they're doing that a lot. They did that with Gunbreaker, now they're doing it with Guren. Okay, they're doing that with Kamaitachi, I think. They're doing it with Kamaitachi. I mean, who gives a shit? Like, as long as the single target damage is good. Like, I don't care about the AoE part. That's like for dungeons. And I think the reason they're doing this, by the way, is because we have Criterion dungeons coming up. And they don't want AoE to be overpowered or some shit, so they actually made it so that after the first target it's lower for everyone around. Goken. Potency has been increased from 280 to 300. Okay. Alright. Yeah, the Dark Knight changes are like, not crazy really. Reaper, you do the slice. You do the spooky slice. There it is. Slice has been buffed. Look at that. You do the waxing slice. Potency has been increased from 140 to 160. Okay, so just overall more damage. You do the spooky slice. The combo points have been increased from 460 to 500. All right, I mean, overall, pretty good changes, I would say. I mean, just more damage, people happy. I'm really nervous to see what they do with Ninja right now. Oh my god. Machinist has a lot of changes. Rook Auditor. Duration no longer increases to maximum 15 seconds and is now fixed at 9 seconds. Base potency has been reduced from 70 to 35. Wow. That's a big fucking... Potency now increases battery... Ooh. Potency now increases as battery gauge exceeds required cost. Oh. Up to a maximum of 75 potency. Okay, so basically the more battery you have now, about those nin changes, don't. I'm gonna scroll to Ninja right now. I can't. My heart. Where is it? They didn't change it. Okay. Dude, I was actually about to have a heart attack, dude. Oh my god. Holy shit, imagine they like, I'm sorry guys, we removed Trick Attack, we made Kamaitachi fucking useless. We removed all the buffs, guys. God, dude. We've nerfed Yoshiran Ryu by 500 potency. Have fun, dickface. God damn, dude. Potency, okay, so now you get a cap of 75. I mean, that's like 5 extra potency as long as you make sure the battery gauge is exceeding the required cost. Rook Overdrive. Base potency has been reduced from 320 to 160. Whew. From 320 to 160, huh? Holy shit, that's a lot, dude. Potency now increases as battery gauge exceeds required cost up to maximum 320. Okay, I get it. They're basically making it so that you have to pay attention to your battery gauge, and your damage is revolved around how much battery gauge you have. So you do the maximum damage of 320 if your battery gauge exceeds the required cost. I wonder by how much it needs to be exceeded by. Like, let's say something costs 50 battery. If I have 55 battery, how much damage will I do? I think it needs to be the highest battery possible, because it says like up to a maximum of 320. If it's up to a maximum of 320, that means that as you're building up more battery, you're gonna do more damage. Rook Overload. Base potency has been reduced. Okay, same shit. Same thing. Okay, Automata will now always attack the first target the player attacks after it's summoned. Okay, so the same thing they did with Dark Knight's thing. Full gauge like Bard Scholar. Yeah, I guess so, yeah. I don't play Bard, but I do play Scholar, so I think I know what you mean. So duration no longer increases to a maximum of 20 seconds. Is now fixed at 12 seconds for Automata Queen. God damn. Potency of Automata Queen action now increases battery gauge exceeds required cost at a time of deployment. No longer increases to a maximum of 20. Is now fixed at 12. Interesting. Potency now increases as battery gauge exceeds. Yep. So it's okay. Machinist is now all about maintaining your battery gauge and making sure you use your battery gauge under buff windows if you want to really maximize your damage. So I wonder if by the time you fill up your battery gauge, if 60 seconds would have passed and then you use them like that. If you never clip your GCD and your GCD is always rolling, I wonder, how would that work with ultimates though? Because there's like downtime phases in ultimates where you cannot build battery. Holy shit, now that I think about it, I think Machinist is actually weaker in ultimates because of this. Because ultimates have so many transition phases where you're not building battery gauge because things become untargetable. So you're basically not going to be able to get the maximum battery gauge in buff windows. Like, keep in mind, like Mug, let's say Mug for Ninja is still ticking. It's still going. And when it comes up, it's available. But by that time, the battery gauge for Machinist might not be what it needs to be to do the maximum damage of 480. Oh my god, I think that's a fucking nerf, dude. Because by the time you damage, literally in Dragon Song, when Thordan phases, you can't increase battery because the only way to increase battery is by damaging stuff. And every time you're not damaging stuff, you're losing damage. This is a fucking nerf. Wait, they destroyed Machinist. We're talking about like from 240 to 480 damage difference for your Automata. Oh, I don't know about this. Potency now increases battle gauge exceeds required cost of time of deployment from minimum of 120 up to a maximum of 240. Yeah, they did that with every fucking ability from the fucking queen, dude. The punch, the dash, oh god, and the turret too. You might as well count that in if you're not level 90. Oh my god, they cucked Machinist. Okay, you know what? This is not a good change, actually. I think this is bad. Only for bosses where they can't be targetable, which happens often in Ultimates. I feel like Machinist is weaker in Ultimates now. I mean, it was already kind of like, like it was alright in Ultimates. I don't think it was that bad in Ultimates, to be honest, before. Like, it was playable. Like, people have cleared Ultimates with Machinist in, like, as Machinist, they've cleared Ultimates. But the problem now is it's actually worse than before, especially in Ultimates and bosses with, like, where you can't target the boss. Machinist mains, I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you. I can destroy something where it isn't even working in the beginning. Oh my god, there you have it. It's like, hey, this class is already non-functional. You might as well cuck it some more. Oh no, Machinist. Oh, guys, Machinist is fucked, dude. Ooh, you know, guys, my static teammate plays Machinist. I don't know if he's gonna be happy about this. I gotta talk to him. Dude, I gotta talk to Alex right now. Ooh. It's the truth. Yeah, sadly, that's the case. What else did they change? White Mage. Oh boy. Liturgy of the Bell. Effect duration has been increased from 15 to 20 seconds. Oh, cool. Okay. Look at these nice changes every other job gets, and then you have Machinist getting just buried alive. It was already like buried halfway. Scholar. No longer generates enmity, no longer generates enmity, no longer generates enmity when accurate. Yeah. So regens. Remember, guys, now in this patch, HP regen does not trigger enmity. Like, it doesn't generate it. It generates upon activation. But the regeneration healing itself doesn't give any kind of enmity whatsoever. Meaning that the tank can always hold aggro. Like, every time. Unless the tank is stupid and he somehow drops his tank stance or something. I don't know. But yeah, like, it's a lot easier now to deal with enmity as a healer. Which is nice. You don't have to worry about shit attacking you. But remember, the initial hit, the initial heal is still gonna give enmity. Astro. Redraw. The card drawn will never have the same astro sign as the card. No fucking shot. This is a huge buff. Oh my god! It will never have the same sign. That's insane! You can always get 3 seals now. You can pretty much always get 3 seals now, so your Astrodyne is always going to have 3. Unless you fuck it up, obviously, and you use it, and then you... yeah. But you can redraw, and you're always going to get a different sign. Oh, that's so good, dude. I think, okay. Astro players are really happy right now. This was a problem for a while. It's actually, like, literally in the opener, if you don't get 3 of those, you have to, like, constantly redraw. And it affects your rotation a little bit. Because you have to actually, like, double weave redraw sometimes. Yeah. I think this is good. Action now changes to Drawn Arcanum, Minor Arcana. Oh, they made it the same button? They did. Astro's probably got to be like one of the most jobs that has the most button bloat. So I think this is a good change overall to make it one button, and I feel like that should have been the case all along. So I'm happy about this. This is good. Astro players right now are very happy. Astro players are very happy right now. That's really good. Sage. Cardia. No longer generates enmity when active. Okay. The additional effect of semantic barrier which nullifies damage. Yeah. Has been added with a duration of 30 seconds. Ooh. And here we go. The following action has been removed. Crown play. Astro players are very, very happy right now. I mean, I play Astro too, right? So I think this is a good change. I think so. I think it's really, really good. And I think everything else is pretty much the same, yeah? This was a good patch, man. That was good. Ugh. Dark Knight got cooked, dude. Sorry, not Dark Knight. Machinist. Machinist got destroyed, man. I mean, it was already kind of under the gutter, but I feel like they don't know what to do with Machinist as like balance-wise. I mean, it's basically a nerf. You have to do more damage based on more battery gauge. And when the boss is untargetable, which happens often, you're not generating battery. And if you're not generating battery, you're losing DPS. And you lose even more DPS when it's inside raid buff. Because you're not going to be able to build that battery gauge to do damage. So yeah, I don't think the Machinist changes are good. I think if I had to say the worst changes from all this is definitely the Machinist changes. I think they're just they're not smart changes, okay? They're not very smart changes. I mean, honestly, this is too much, guys. This is bad. And keep in mind, like, this is only for Automata Queen, right? Like, this is for your you know, your turret and your Automata, which, by the way, was a significant portion of your damage to begin with. If you noticed, like, the base damage for Machinist is obviously low, but the reason Machinist can have a little bit higher damage is because of the Queen and the turret. And now they made it even harder to do damage with that, too. Because they basically made it so, hey, if you don't have enough battery, you're not going to reach the maximum damage possible. I just wonder how much battery you need. This is why they made those changes. And I'm going to immediately go to Machinist right now. When engaging multiple enemies, the Automata Queen was subject to selecting undesirable targets, which is why we have adjusted its behavior to ensure players can designate a specific target. That's completely fine. I think that alone is good. I think that's good. Making it target a single person is good, based on who you targeted last. This is fine. Okay. The Automaton Queen has also been given a fixed duration, making a better suited situation where burst damage is necessary to compensate for the change to duration. Okay, to compensate, the potency of its actions has been adjusted to increase based on the battery gauge. I'm gonna be honest. This is bad for Machinist. It's bad. I understand they're saying, like, burst. Also, when you make it based on battery gauge, it's actually bad in situations where the boss is not targetable. Because you're not building battery if you can't hit the boss. If they just made it so that the damage increased not based on battery gauge but a different thing, that would be a lot more like it'd be a lot more suitable. But because it's based off battery gauge, I feel like it's actually worse. I don't know. What about Warrior? The potency of Warrior's actions have been increased. In contrast to Paladin, Warrior excels at dealing burst damage. Yep, you got the... You know, guys, Warrior's gonna be insane, bro. Think about it, chat. Okay? Like, we're talking about inner release. We're talking about guaranteed crit. Right? You have the ability to give yourself guaranteed crit. And the change that they did with crit to make it whichever ability is guaranteed crit is gonna do more damage. Warrior is hardcore buff, dude. I feel like Warrior is gonna do so much damage, dude. Like, you're critting and you're increased damage on your crit if you get crit buffs like Battle of Litany. Moriawi, true. I mean, I'm so sorry for you Machinist players. In Endwalker, you guys literally got fucking nothing, dude. What did you guys really get? Oh, I got a shotgun! Like, that's it. I mean, what did Machinist get? I mean, look at Ninja, right? We got Raiju, we got Kamaitachi, we got Horizon. We got, you know, the new mug even. Machinist got no new abilities, really. We have a fucking chainsaw, and you have a shotgun. Cool, I guess. Oh, and 2 stacks of reassemble. Yeah, great. You have a whole expansion. And poor Machinist, the only changes really that they've ever had was those factors. Like, that's it. Dude, I would be mad if I was them, to be honest. These changes for Machinist are actually Monka-S. What's up, Aeonian Spirit? How's it going, dude? Welcome in, welcome in. TBA, if they felt they need the need to remove Tactician and give more points to Machinist, so it's actually selfish like the two others. That would be cool. I 100% agree with you. I 100,000,000% agree with you. I think doing that would make a lot of sense. I'm completely okay with that because it's supposed to be the greedy, like it's supposed to be like the samurai of physical ranged. Let's actually see what's Machinist Lounge talking about right now. Someone mentions here, you think they'd at least increase the potency of Marksman's Spite with a horse shit buff like this? Now that we're angrier, of course. Oh god, they're pissed. They're pissed. They're pissed, dude. The number of rat gifs is too damn high, guys. Higher than Machinist's our DPS. Alright, I'm sorry. Chat, check this out. Chat. Automatic Queen. Who cares, Lamau? This job is still shit, and we don't know what to do with it. You guys are fucking dead, dude. I would actually mauled if they did this. If they gutted my Machinist that bad, I would mauled. Thank you, Square Enix, for not touching Ninja. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Dude, I don't know what it is, guys. What is it with Machinist that always gets the worst changes ever? I've never heard anything positive come out of patch notes when it comes to Machinist. It's crazy. It's almost like they don't know what to do with the job. I mean, I feel really bad for Machinist players right now. I mean, listen, guys, maybe this is good. I'll tell you why this is good. Maybe this is good because maybe I can now convince my static teammate to start giving me dance partner and playing dancer instead of Machinist. Hey, it was all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. Check this out. It's nerf or nothing. Get nerfed, guys. A new action has been added. Fat Rat, level 90. Places a fat rat, which deals damage at the potency of 530. I think at this point, as much as how far this is from Machinist, like, style, I think at this point people would rather have this than what they're getting right now. I think they'd literally have just a giant fat rat that would deal 530 potency. Yeah, guys, Machinist mains, if you happen to be watching this, I pray for you. I pray for you, and I really, really hope that they fix your fucking job, dude. It's so sad. And I'm actually really happy with how they quickly fixed Ninja as well. Because if you guys remember, during Endwalker release, we ran into a situation where Raiju both of them are gap closers, right? It was dog shit. I still played it though because I didn't know what else to play, so I kept playing Ninja because Ninja is like my job, you know? I love Ninja. I love Raiju's. I love, you know, I still enjoyed my time playing Ninja on release. But you have to admit that having two gap closers as a one Raiju stack was one of the worst things they did to Ninja. Oh, terrible. And the damage was shit. And now they made it so that you have a gap closer for Raiju and a Raiju where you can freely move. And they made Bunshin and Kamaitachi the same button, which I also liked. Like, it's really, really good. The way they handled Ninja was really good. Machinist, on the other hand, you know how I was talking about how quickly they fixed Ninja? With Machinist, it feels like they take fucking forever to fix it. It feels like, it's like, hey, at what point are we going to have Machinist at a good state? Because it feels like every single Machinist player ever is on constant Sag mode. You know, it's like, oh, one day, guys, one day my job will be good. You know, oh, Copium, let's wait for 7.0, guys. Maybe they'll fix the fucking class finally. I swear to God, dude. All right, guys, have yourselves a good night. Thank you guys so much for the follows, all the subs tonight. And yeah, have yourselves a good one. And peace out, y'all. Love you guys.